Luigi Mangione, the man accused of killing United Healthcare CEO in Manhattan, has retained a high-profile New York attorney to represent him there. That as he faces a second-degree murder charge. Mangione remains in a Pennsylvania state prison while his extradition hearing looms. Ivan Rodriguez breaks down the latest details on this case.
26-year-old Luigi Mangione has been fighting extradition to New York after being accused of fatally shooting United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. On Friday, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg said Mangione could soon waive his right to fight being handed over to New York authorities, but that it wouldn't be finalized until after a court hearing in Pennsylvania, which comes Tuesday.
So until that time, we're going to continue to press forward on parallel paths, and we'll be ready whether he is going to waive extradition or whether he's going to contest extradition.
Now representing Mangione is Karen Friedman Agnifilo, a former Manhattan prosecutor who worked as chief assistant DA for 7 years in the same jurisdiction prosecuting her new client. Friedman Agnifilo, who previously served as a CNN legal analyst, declined to comment Friday, but she did share her thoughts on the case before becoming Mangione's attorney.
It looks to me like there might be a not guilty by reason of insanity defense that they're going to be thinking about, because the evidence is going to be so overwhelming. As a former prosecutor in that office, I would be concerned that you have someone who is a valedictorian of his class. He was brilliant his whole life. He comes from this great family. I mean, something changed.
At the same time, Mangione's popularity only seems to be growing. A defense fund set up on his behalf raised more than $115,000 by Sunday, according to a campaign page on Give, Send, Go. It's unclear whether his defense team will accept the funds. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.